Would you give up all your personal belongings in the hope to help your country in the financial crisis? Hi, this is Mia, and today I want to look at what I think is one of the most fascinating moments of the 1997 IMF crisis in Korea, the gold collection movement, when millions of Koreans accepted to hand over their gold to the government. But why did the government even ask people to give up their gold in the first place?
정부가 결국 국제통화기금 IMF에 구제 금융을 신청하기로 했습니다.
In 1997, a financial crisis that began in Thailand spread across Asia, and South Korea was hit hard. By the end of the year, the country was running dangerously low on foreign currency reserves, which meant it was struggling to meet its international debt obligation. On December 3, 1997, South Korea signed a bailout agreement with the IMF worth about $58 billion, one of the largest IMF rescues in history at the time. This marked one of the worst economic crises in Korean modern history, in a period of deep instability. People lost jobs overnight, businesses shut down, banks failed, economic insecurity spread fast. This is also why IMF is the way Koreans refer to this period, not IMF crisis or 1997. Just saying IMF is enough to know that you're talking about this period. For many Koreans, it became a sort of national trauma. And this is also why it became the backdrop to many Korean dramas and films, from 2521 to more recently, Undercover Miss Hong and Typhoon Family. But faced with that crisis, the country had to react, and one of the most memorable measures that came out from that moment is actually the gold collection movement. On January 1998, KBS, South Korea's national public broadcaster, launched a nationwide gold collection campaign. The idea was, people brought in personal gold. It got melted down into bars, exported, and converted into foreign currency to help pay down the debt. In exchange, participants received Korean won at market value. The response was immediate. Over 500,000 people showed up on the first day. Within 10 days, over a million. By April 1998, 3.5 million people had participated, contributing around 227 tons of gold. But what people brought wasn't just random. Newlyweds handed over their wedding rings. Parents brought their children's 골반지, the small gold rings given at the baby's first birthday. Athletes or veterans would give their medals. Those were personal belongings that people would not accept to give away unless in extraordinary circumstances. The drama Taepong Family actually shows this moment in a very short way, when Taepong's mother almost gives away her wedding ring as she sees the crowd queuing to give up their gold. The interesting part in this is when an older man hands over his gold and tells the journalist covering the movement, "What good does it do sitting in my closet? We have to save the country first." And I think that was the idea that was pushed in all the broadcasts at the time. But did it actually save the country? In reality, the gold only covered about 10% of the IMF debt. The total bailout was $58 billion, but the campaign only raised $2.2 billion, so it was nowhere near enough to make a real difference. Another criticism that came up, while ordinary people were giving their gold, the large chaebol, the huge conglomerates that were a big part of what caused the crisis, didn't donate much. They were criticized to give away their cheapest gold for show and not actually doing anything that could really help the country. Critics at the time said the weight of recovery fell on ordinary citizens, not on the institution that caused the problem. But there is also the timing problem. Gold prices rose a lot after 1998. People who handed over their family gold at 1998's market rates watched the value of what they're giving go up substantially in the year that followed. And then there is a question of how voluntary it actually was. The campaign was heavily broadcasted, and the social pressure was real. The president, Samsung's leader, celebrities all donated publicly. You can actually see this in the Typhoon Family scene I mentioned earlier. The journalist ends up giving away his watch, not out of conviction, but because refusing felt impossible. The scene is funny, but the pressure behind it was real. So was it national pride, social pressure, the promise of a cash exchange? Probably all of those. Korea repaid the IMF mostly through structural reforms, austerity, and a lot of personal sacrifices and trauma. The movement is still shown as a powerful patriotic moment. But I think that in reality, the issues that I talked about earlier created a real frustration and anger towards all the chaebols. Personally, I think it says a lot about the Korean mindset in front of a national crisis. And maybe that's why, even not thanks to the gold movement, Korea repaid the IMF in record time in 2001. So, would you do it? Would you give up all your personal belongings in the hope to help your country in the financial crisis? Personally, I don't know if I would. So let me know in the comments what you think, and like always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.